Hi, I'm Danny. I'm a colorist and also a certified trainer for DaVinci Resolve. I've been a colorist for the last 5 years, and this is how I make over 200,000 ringgit a year. I actually studied accounting in University of Malaya, but I knew that I didn't want to do accounting for the rest of my life. So I tried to venture out into other stuff, such as videography and photography. That's how I somehow landed in color grading. In the beginning, I definitely did some of these part-time jobs and side hustles for money because at the time I was a broke university student. So I needed to find ways to earn money. I did ushering, I did events, photography, even product photography for very cheap at the beginning. During my university years, I got jobs like wedding, pre-wedding shoots, and I was charging like 300 ringgit for it. So it's like super cheap. So the average rate for a 60-second commercial is around 4,500 ringgit. Right now, a big portion of my income is still on client projects, which is 12,000 ringgit a month, and that's 60%. YouTube AdSense brings in around 1,000, and that's pretty consistent at 5%. Besides that, on YouTube, I also sell digital products, which brings in 3,000 ringgit a month, and that's 15%. And from time to time, I also do workshops, which averagely brings in 3,000 ringgit a month, and that's also 15%. Lastly, I have investments in US stocks and also crypto, and that brings in roughly 1,000 a month, which is 5%. Right now, I'm relatively happy with my income pie. I feel that there still can be more improvements, but I did have to spend a lot of time building the digital products and also the online course, which takes out time from leisure activities such as spending time with friends. So most of my days or most of my time I will be working, which is not really healthy and doesn't really show a work-life balance. So this is Puffy. She's my stress relief, my only daughter. I got a tattoo of her.
What's your other tattoo?
So this is to commemorate my mom, which she passed away due to cancer, breast cancer and then colon cancer. So my mom passed away around 2 to 3 years ago. Yeah, she was a teacher, which was a very safe job, and I think she was the one who slightly convinced me to get into accounting because she wanted us to have a safe and stable job. Yeah, the way I approach life changed slightly, which is I'm a bit daring to take a bit more risks, and I didn't want to live a life that I would regret. Not saying that my mom regretted her life, just that I saw how precious life was. Like I would have been in accounting doing tax if I didn't have that experience. I feel that the one that I gravitate towards the most is videography, which has a lot of elements to it, such as you can be a camera operator, you can be an editor, you can be a director. And I did try doing all those things in the beginning, but for the production roles such as director, DPs and camera operators, after taking multiple wedding gigs, I realized that the intense labor work wasn't really my thing. My body can't really take it. So I decided to go into editing. And within editing, there are a few niches as well, such as offline editing, VFX, animation, and also color grading. And color grading appealed to me the most because it has a technical and also an artistic aspect to it. The technical is where you need to know about calibration, monitors, and also color management. And the artistic side of it is to communicate with the director and explore different mood and tones within color theory itself. So colorists are like the Photoshop artists for videos. So usually when I log a project, I will discuss with the director what kind of mood or tone that they are going with, because if it's a commercial and if it's a short film, it's gonna be two different tones. So after that discussion, I'll get the materials, which is the raw footage and also the timeline XML, and conform them, which is to put them together in the timeline in DaVinci Resolve, and then start color managing, color correction, and then color grading. Color grading is one of the last finishing process for a commercial or film, so usually we don't have that much time to spend with it. Sometimes in a month, we might get 2 or 3 projects, or if it's, let's say, Chinese New Year or Hari Raya, we might even get 6 to 7 projects in a month. During the low seasons, I definitely try to keep myself busy with other stuff such as workshops and also my online course and also YouTube, which is something that would take up most of my time. So welcome to my workspace. This is my home studio where I have 3 monitors, and then this is the DaVinci Resolve mini panel, which is 12,000 ringgit. And I have this, which is my mastering monitor. It's an OLED 27E EP950. This is also an LG monitor for the GUI, which is the working monitor. And then this is just a secondary monitor for the clips and the scopes and stuff. So I always shoot on my FX3, which is my main video camera. And I also have a Fujifilm X-E4 for photo stuff. And also a Wacom Intuos S for pad so that you don't get hand cramps. So this whole system is working on the Mac Studio, which is the M2 Max with 64 gigs of RAM. And for my YouTube setup, I do actually have a camera behind my mastering monitor, and also this Rode podcast mic, so I can just swing it out and then my YouTube setup is ready. So usually I would just set it like this and record. So it took around 5 whole years for me to reach this point. The whole setup here is around, I can say roughly around 60 to 70k, yeah, plus the lights and everything for the YouTube studio. As someone who didn't study in filmmaking, it was really hard for me to penetrate into the industry because I didn't have a filmmaking background, I didn't have the connections with the directors and DPs, so I had to find a way in order to show my abilities to these clients and these people. And one of the ways that I did this was through YouTube and also social media like Instagram and Facebook. One of the person that I look up to, which is Gary Vee, he mentioned that social media is free. You don't have to pay to advertise your work, which is something that I resonate very heavily with. So if you ask me the characteristics of someone that can be a colorist, I would say it has to be someone that is analytical and has attention to detail, because most of the work that we do, we are serving big clients and they have a sharp eye for things, such as if the brand colors are different, if the product is not sharp enough. So you will have to be proactive enough to address these issues before the client comes in. If you're trying to pursue a career as a colorist in Malaysia specifically, I would say that you will have to have perseverance because, like I said, directors will have colorists that they want to work with. So you must have something unique that you will have to offer. My taste of color is more Western, which is different from what we had in Malaysia previously, which is a lot of the Asian colors such as soft contrast and very muddy colors. So I saw a lot of Western colors from Instagram that I would like to bring it into Malaysia. I feel that as a service provider, there is a limit to how much clients that I can service. So I do plan to expand my income pie by offering more online courses and digital products because those are more passive and doesn't require my time servicing them. I'm also looking into investing more into US stocks and also crypto, and also some of the other businesses within the industry itself. I do have this idea of soft retiring by the age of maybe 35 or 40, and this doesn't mean that I will totally retire from the industry. Maybe I'll just accept 1 or 2 jobs a month that will also complement the workshops and education services that I provide.